watching Thrifty Kaniffy. Hello everyone and welcome to Thrifty Kaniffy. Well, today we're going to take a close look at a gift I've got from Patty's Potato Peelers. If you're not familiar with Patty's Potato Peelers, he's Steven from across the shuck, and he has a wonderful YouTube channel with more than 12,000 subscribers. So he's pretty big. He's a pretty big deal on the old YouTubers, particularly in the traditional knife world. So if you haven't already heard of him, make sure you go over there and subscribe. You won't be missing out. He is a fantastic channel. Has tons of content, both past and present. And we've just kind of really become close friends as we've gotten to know each other over the past months. So just a big shout out and thank you to Patty for sending me along this beautiful Barlow. So a little background on this particular knife. As far as I can tell, because I had to go back and kind of review what Patty had talked about this knife, and apparently he was just kind of browsing along Instagram, wanted to look for some custom makers out of UK, and he came across Ian Underwood, who was selling this particular knife. Now this one was a second that Ian had been offering. You can tell that this line doesn't match up exactly with the one on the left, so I guess it was a second, and Patty swooped it up and was part of his collection for quite a while. He probably had it, in his pocket quite a bit, and to be polished up, it had a little patina on it. I've kind of taken a shine to it, made the handle stand up a little bit, but you can see he put a grind on that and brought the edge back from the original. This is a C70 steel blade. You can see that wonderful satin finish on there. Clean nail neck. Nice English style clip point blade on there with that really profound clip. And you've got the tank stamp here to let you know it's made in Sheffield. Kind of a generic style stamp, but again, this like custom maker, Ian Underwood. So if we take a look at the measure of the blade, we have total length of 2 3/4, which is obviously going to be UK legal, and then you've got a cutting edge of about 2 1/2. Again, got that edge on there from Steven. He's laid that back quite a bit. He likes a edgier knife and a little slicey, dicey knife. So again, it's one he probably carried quite a bit, but it has a nice pull to it, about 7 1/2. Not as heavy as a lot of the other British knives, like this particular Arthur Wright & Son, which has quite a bit heavier pull on it, but you can see the similarities in the blade shape. If you look at that clip part of the blade here, very similar in nature to this one. So seems to be a very common style blade for the English Barlow, and just about what you'd expect to see. But you have a nice handle material here. This is like a hunter green color, and that's G10, and then you've got the black at the top there with the bird's eye pivot, which is a little unusual. You don't typically have that. With that Barlow, you'd have a steel bolster coming back, but they decided to go with the bird's pivot design on that, and then we've got brass pins holding it all together. If we look at the back, got good construction, very minor gap there, nothing major, looks pretty good. And that was brass liners on there, so a very traditional style made knife, and just really good lockup. So I'll shut up a minute and kind of let you guys enjoy the sounds of the opening of the knife. Yeah, really solid lockup, feels really good in the hand, nice and smooth along all the edges there, no rough spots, which you might expect from a custom knife. A lot of attention to detail in the custom knives, but just interesting that it doesn't have that bolster. You decided to go with like a bird's eye pivot, which I think is interesting. It is quite a bit different. You're not going to just see this every day, so I think that's a great addition to my collection, because I'm not going to probably find a knife quite like this, and it being from Sheffield, it's kind of got its own unique styling in terms of the blade shape. So just a really good combination of things that I probably won't see again for some time in my collection. So I'm just really happy to have this, really happy to own it. Just a really interesting design, and one that I'll treasure for a long time, coming from Steven. See the close length there, just shy of 3.5 inches. I call that probably 3 3/8. So it fits well in the pocket. He actually included a little slip. I don't know if I have that handy here, but yeah, just a little small leather slip. Yeah, here we go. So he put it in this. I don't know if that was original with the slip or not, but in any case, it fits in there really well. So just a nice little kind of like pleather-like sheath there with like a felt lining. So it works really well, but this would fit in a small, or excuse me, a medium style Rough Rider slip as well, if you wanted to carry it that way. So in any case, we're kind of covered. Pretty much this traditional size in a Barlow. Maybe not quite as big as, say, an Arthur Wright. You can see that one's got a little larger handle on it. This one's closer to being about 3 1/8 inch, where this is about, I'm sorry, 3 5/8, and this is more like 3 3/8. So it's still in that same Barlow range there, but really cool. So shout out to Patty, and also, I don't know if Ian Underwood follows any YouTube channels, but I think you did a great job on this, and I would be interested in hearing more about Ian and seeing what else he has made in the meantime. But that's going to do it for my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell to be made aware of videos when they drop. We will see you next time. Take care.